So I'm sitting in traffic and it's literally bumper to bumper to bumper. And I've been on the same road for at least 20 minutes. I've had to call the doc at the hospital to tell them that I'm on my way. Something that should take me literally maybe 12 minutes to drive is now taking me 45. And I'm not even halfway there yet. So I'm gonna take a breath and I'm gonna relax. And I've got wicked heartburn. I just got out of doing my nerve block. And now I'm going home. Whoa. Like I said, this time here, like he on this side, it's always this side. It's always this side that blood just pours, leaks down the side of me. And he's like, "Oh, I'm so sorry," and it just like spurts out of this one, whatever he's in. And then he moves it over and he goes, "Oh, yeah, there we go." And then he shoves it in, and then it's like, wow. He says, "You okay?" And I'm like, "Yep." Anyways, on the road.
So today, because it is now it's Tuesday, I go for my needles in my head at the hospital with my neurologist. And how could I explain them? Getting needles in your head doesn't feel good. Never does, and it always hurts. He always prepares the field, gets everything ready. I'm always seated, and so he lets me know that he's going to start for me to take a breath, and then he starts. He injects, and then he moves to another site above. He injects again, and again, and again, and again, and again. So then he starts on the other side. He asks if I'm ready, and I say yeah. And I take a breath, and he goes to the left side. And he goes and he continues with doing about 6 to 8 needles in my head, and I can't move. I have to stay perfectly still with every needle that he puts in my head. And then he comes back and he rubs every single spot down to get the medication into my head. And it hurts. There's no other way around it. I wish I didn't have to do it, but I have to. Because it provides somewhat relief. It's better than none. So I'm going to get ready for bed because 9:45 comes pretty quick. And I have to be there at that time. When I get there, the needles are about that big that they put in my head. One time, he hit a spot that hurt so badly I bent the needle in half. And he had to take it out, and it was so dangerous, and he said, "Please don't do that again." I get the needles every 2 months. And at some points now it's starting to wear off. The only other alternative is surgery, and I don't like that alternative. So I'm holding on to the needles as long as I can. After I get the needles, it feels like my spine is going to shatter because it's glass. And my body shakes, and I get hot and cold flashes and everything else. It's not fun, and it lasts for about 7 days. It's the best you can do. I will document this for my YouTube channel, Sickie Girl, or Miche Pudding True. I document this so people that are going through potentially similar things or like-minded can connect together, and they can feel not alone. They know that there's somebody out there that's feeling the same thing too. It's a safe place for them to come. So anyways, I document a whole bunch of things. And so tonight, good night, have a good sleep, and we'll see you in the morning, later on. So I'm going to get some rest with Mr. P, and I'll update everybody later on how things are going. I'm able to talk now, which is good, and I'm able to look outside now, which is good. I'm enjoying that moment. Because I don't know what moment later will bring when I wake up. All I know is I'm exceptionally tired. And that's what normally happens after nerve blocks. Is I get very tired. And I have to rest. So catch you on the flip side. It's a little bit after 5. I woke up a little while ago. As I said, he's under there. I always seem to get I know you can hear my lungs. And I'm ringing in my ears. Oh. Oh. Ow. It's really cold. Hey, it's Miche. Oh, and here he comes. I know he's coming up. Oh, no, he's grabbing water. Okay. It's almost 11 o'clock. Oh, I know it's disturbing because obviously I just took my meds. I knew he was coming up. Come on. I know. Thank you. You want to lie down here? So, I just went downstairs to pick up some Coke. Though I have my iced tea, my pure leaf that I drink. So I keep wandering off to the side because I keep closing my eyes. There. It's because he's sitting right on me, and I have to move the cord from the phone. Like I said, these aren't fun at all.
I just learned to take a deep breath and just roll with it as best you can. There was a lady in there, I forgot to say, as I was coming out, because I'm so used to it at this point. And she was saying she just started talking to me because she knew I had come out and I had needles in my head. Or I got needles in my head, I should say. So she was looking at me with interest. Why? Is because she's never had them. So I took some time to talk to her. Anybody who hasn't had needles in their head, it's daunting and it's scary. And especially if you're having migraines at that moment. Everything's freaking you out. So I sat and I calmed her down. I asked her, I let her talk, actually. And she did, voluntarily. Normally, when somebody is in so much pain, they just blah, 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 blah. I know I've done it. A lot. So she said she had been suffering with migraines for 2 weeks. And her head is about to explode. I wasn't laughing. I controlled my facial expressions because my face can be exceptionally expressive, as you know. So I listened, and she said, my head hurts so bad, so bad. I said, I know it does, sweetheart. I'm sure it does. And I know it does. And she said, are you here? You're here. You had needles? And I said, yeah. And she says, is this your first time? And I said, no. She said, what migraine do you have? Do you have a migraine? I said, I have 5. Her eyes widened like that. You have 5? You have 5 of these? I started to laugh. Miriam, who was behind the desk, just put her head down. I said, yes. Oh my God, what do they do? What does he do for you? And I said, I get needles. Do you get Botox? And I said, no, I don't get Botox. I get nerve blocks. And she said, how are they? And I said, I didn't want to scare her at all. I said, I'm sure for everybody it's different. But they help. And I was not going to tell her anything more than that. Because for everybody it is different, I'm sure. And she only has one migraine that she's dealing with. I pray and I hope. Oh, I got a tickle up my nose. Oh, excuse me. I don't sneeze dainty either. Oh. I closed my eyes and I just saw zombies. Oh, I'm sorry. That was funny. That would make the 999 Army laugh. I closed my eyes and I saw walkers. Oh, and don't worry, it's not the meds that are affecting me. They don't kick in that fast. I wish. Anyways, I don't know why. I just saw. Wow. Anyways, and I'm not watching anything that's would make me see that. I'm watching Triple X right now with Vin Diesel. Vin Diesel. He's kind of something something. But anyways, back to the migraine. Sorry, I digress. Vin Diesel makes me see walkers. Sorry. Oh my god, I snorted. Oh my god, I got a snort in there too. Anyways, so she asked about Botox. I said I don't get that. Wasn't about to tell her why. Because she said, well, first she said, does OHIP pay for this? And I said partially yes, but you just pay $10, so it's pretty good. She said, how often do you come here? And I said, every 2 months I'm here. Johnny on the spot like clockwork. She said, wow, I'm glad she didn't say how long have you been coming here. I would have scared the hell out of her. But she said, and not Botox? And I said, no. And she could tell by my expression, there was a reason why I said, Botox, I was told, by a few neurologists, number one, it's not covered by OHIP. So you end up paying about, partially covered by OHIP. But you end up paying about $400 monthly for Botox injections. Huh? For something that may work or may not work. It's a 50-50 crapshoot. And excuse me if I'm paying that kind of money when I'm on disability. With $600 I spend every month in my meds. And paying $400 for that'd be a grand on meds a month. No. Sorry, that's not happening. So we didn't get there. We didn't go down that road. So we left it at that. And I said, good luck to you. And I really hope that they go for you soon. I really do. She says, oh God. And she grabbed her head. She says, so do I, because I feel like my head is going to come off. And I looked and I went, And then she looked at me and she says, oh God. She says, what's it feel like for you? And just stared at me. And at that point, they called her name. And I didn't know how to answer that question. If with one migraine she wanted, she felt like her head was going to come off. With 5, she wanted to know how, well, she stopped short because she knew what kind of pain she was in. So she couldn't even imagine what 5 would do. You don't even want to imagine what 5 would do. Holy mother of God. You don't want to imagine that. Seriously, don't want to imagine that. And with all of the other stuff that's going on with me, with the pain that's coming there, is ridiculous. She doesn't even know that. She just knew about those guys. But I wished her well. And I hope to God that that the needles that she's getting, I'm not sure which ones, probably nerve blocks, that they work, that they help her somewhat. Because the pain that you get from one of these bad boys is enough. She said, they disabled me. It disables me. I can't do anything. I'm completely, that's it. I'm lying there and I can't do anything. I'm holding on to my head. I wish I had more time to talk to her. I really do. Because I would have told her so much that I know. That I didn't know before. That I had no idea. None. I knew nothing about migraines. Let alone 1, let alone 5. I had to research every single one of these things and what they were, where they were, and what they did. And yep. I was someone who thought I was going into a hospital and that these would go. Whatever it was just, yeah, whatever. Get rid of it and let's chop chop, let's go. I have things to do. I got to go back to work now. Come on, you know. I didn't realize with everything else, because I was already facing stuff in my gut and everything that was still yet undiagnosed. But I was still working. I was still going through things and puking in the toilet and doing all of that stuff at work. And still working. It was these things that took me out. They knocked me right out. It took me out of the game. There was no way in hell I was going to be able to do anything with these. I can't stand noise. I can't stand smell. I can't stand light. I can't stand heat, cold, nothing. So how the hell am I supposed to do my job? And they can't tell me how long this is going to last or if ever it'll go away. I love you too. I do.